What's up, people? What's up? It's me. I'm back. Your girl, Kira Deevah. You know I look good, beautiful, talented, sexy, intellectual, and I'm back with another episode of the Kira Deevah Show. I am so excited. Speech. Okay, I see he's ready to join my live. All right. Can you just wait a minute, Miss Speech? Let them know. Let them know that this is the interview. Okay. All right. Welcome back to the Kira Deevah Show. All right. So when you get a chance, go on the website, check it out, look at the services that we provide, things of that nature. Once this show is aired live, it will be reposted to YouTube, and that's where most of the interviews are. I've done thousands and thousands of interviews. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm ready. Let me just add Speech in. I see he ready to join. That's what's up. What's up? I see people joining in. How are you? How are you?
Yo, what's up, sis? How you feel?
I'm great. I didn't want to keep you waiting. Let me just add him in. So let's get right to it. How
It's
are
all
you?
good. I'm doing great. I'm doing real good. I love that beat you rocking in the background.
Okay, I like to bring it back hip hop.
I love it.
You are like the originator. You started this. Like you were
Hey,
like the empire, pioneers behind.
just one of many. Yeah, that's true. I respect that.
You're real humble about it. You have a lengthy track record, and we're gonna get into everything you. But first, I want to talk about, the Black Lives Matter. I remember one of you made a statement. It said we scream Black Lives Matter to make all lives matter a statement.
Yeah.
Was that your motivational speaker? Like, what was the inspiration behind that?
Yeah, well, at that time, especially, a lot of people were, rebutting the whole Black Lives Matter statement
Mm.
with all lives matter. And some people, I think, just a very few didn't really understand what Black Lives Matter meant. So I wanted to, go in and just say that Black Lives Matter means if Black Lives matter, then it means all lives can matter. But until then, all lives don't matter. So that was the response I wanted to give to some of the people who legitimately didn't understand what the statement was. But I think most people did understand what the statement was, and they just want to rebut it because they, in their essence, have some type of problem with us sticking up for our own humanity and for us sticking up for our pride. They just have a problem with that.
Right.
So, you know,
That is true. You made a song with it's off the A Different World.
yeah, yeah.
Was it a
That's
that, or was it like
I'm sorry, what did you ask?
that song A Different World? Was it in reference to the Black Lives Matter movement, or was that just for like the election? Like,
I
can you
think, that's a great point. Like, I wrote that song the night of the insurrection that just happened at the Capitol building
oh,
on January 6th. I wrote that song that night, and then I released it on the 12th. So 6 days later, I was able to release it, and it's so up to date about the things that happened in that insurrection that yeah, that's like, to me, one of the great parts about technology. Like, you can release this record so fast, you know what I mean?
and you made different versions of it. One of my
Yeah.
favorite was the remix from Figures. Is that one like a producer that you've worked with in the industry? Like I think that mix was the best to me. But what do you think?
I love that mix. And Configure is a talented producer out of the UK. And
Okay.
so his mix was, I was so grateful that he did a mix to it, because I felt like his mix would really resonate with DJs. So the fact that you love it, that doesn't surprise me. I love the fact that his mix, to me, had that boom bap energy. and at the same time, it had a lot of space in it with the beat. And then my mix had more like it was a little more I don't know, busier with the beat. So I love both. I love both versions.
Now, what about Anya? Now, you, this is from Arrested Development. Now, is this like just you, or is this still the group? I know some members left, so I just wanted to be
Yeah,
clear.
yeah. Yeah, so the only original member in Arrested Development is me, but
Okay.
there's five members in the group: me, Tasha LaRae, JJ Boogie, Farida Ali, and so there's and One Love. So there's members that are in the group, but the original member is me. The other members have been down with me for about 20 years, some of them 17, 18 years.
Okay. So what was the inspiration behind Anya? Because these are like bangers, and like I want
Thank you.
people, of the world to hear this because they're brainwashed about what the mainstream is putting out, and that's not always, the real. And,
Right.
and from you, you've been around the game long enough to know the real, and do you feel like it's doing a disservice to the real culture of hip hop?
Definitely. Like to me, Anya was another track that I released with Arrested Development, like right before the elections. I think that was November 3rd of last year. So right, because at that time all of us were voting. The voting lines were like around the block, and we were hoping to get, many like more than half the nation was hoping that Trump would get, kicked out of office and that we would have some new leadership in this country. And Anya means light. And so it was sort of a hopeful song about the light coming after all of this darkness. And yeah, that's definitely another sort of boom bap, slapping in your face type of groove. And I think for Arrested Development, a lot of people were surprised by our album Don't Fight Your Demons that just dropped,
Mm-hmm.
and by Anya, and then of course A Different World, which is a solo joint.
Yeah, and Don't Fight Your Demons. You have the Back Down record.
Yeah.
So that's what you guys are supposed to. You are busy. You are
That's true.
documentary coming out, 16 bars. Was it this like what's
This
going on?
Saturday. This
Oh,
Saturday, so I went into a jail in Richmond, Virginia, and I worked with what they call inmates, which I call them residents, but most people call them inmates. I worked with them on music, and I documented this whole experience. And this Saturday, Sundance Now is releasing 16 bars. And it's a full documentary. It's so moving. It's so powerful. And the people that saw it at film festivals, we won awards at those film festivals. So I think, everybody go to Sundance, get the app if you don't have it, and check out 16 bars. It's crazy.
oh my goodness. It's like an honor speaking to you because I'm proud of your growth. You have throughout this, your journey as an entertainer, you've grown. You expanded your
Thank you.
brand. And then I've been Googling you. I'm researching you. One of your statements, you said that we all are a spirit. And I want to know how important is it for us to tap into that? Because most in this time, it's so important to tap into your spirit during these times. And how important is it to you?
Yeah, it's very important. I did a TED Talk, and I'm thinking you're related to that. And the TED
Yeah.
Talk was called Sacred Serial Number. And basically, it's just about how all of us are sacred. And I think in times like this, where you have, corrupt leadership, or when you have oppression from the system, or just any hard times in your life, it's so important to see our spiritual nature and our sacred beginnings so that we can reach towards things that are unseen. Because the spirit is unseen. We know it's here. We see it in people, but we don't see it tangibly. We just know it's there and we feel it. And so it's so important to tap into those types of realities in order to gain perspective during the hardest times in our life. And so that's what that speech that I did for
Right.
TED Talks is about. But I try to be that way in my life, because all of us face such hard times. And, so the spirit to me calls us to another plane to gain our hope and our perspective and our just motivation.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hey, speaking of motivation, your wife, I'm sure she's played a major part in, your career. I've
true.
that you said making deposits into your marriage is what
Yeah.
the keys to, you know, your success in your marriage. Speak about that because people need to hear this. And
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. You have done your research. Come on, sister. You are killing it. You are killing it.
oh, thank you.
Wow. So yeah, I've been married for 30, well, for 25 years I've been married. For 30 years, me and my queen have been together. And in that time we produced two beautiful kids, 26 and 23 years old. And our marriage it's on fire. It's a fantastic experience. And I think me and my queen, we strive to inspire people to understand how important it is to have that lasting, long lasting relationship, and how to invest in that. So we talk about it, or we sort of relate it to banking,
Okay.
and how, if you deposit things into your bank account, you have money for those hard times. And so we relate it to the relationship, meaning even in good times or in any times, make sure you're depositing things into your relationship so that during the hard times when you're not understanding each other, like this ain't where it's at, you have so many things that you've deposited before, that it lasts during those tough times. And so that's what I was meaning when I said, make sure to deposit. And yeah, so that's it.
Listen, man. Listen, you are inspiration to people. I want my followers and everyone out here to know that you're more than just, an artist, you're entrepreneur, you know, you dropping jewels out here, man. For real.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So what's new? What's new? Besides all these records you got out,
Yeah.
what's and for 2021?
So I'm excited. I have a solo album that's going
Oh,
to drop for Black History Month, and
okay.
it's called Expansion. And one of the things I've been realizing, like for the last year and a half, just how God has been expanding my mind, my spirit, and a lot of people that I've been working with musically and in just a friendship basis has been feeling the same way. Like God has been ironically expanding their horizons in certain ways, to where this album felt like an album that relates to that process of just expanding your boundaries in life, expanding your horizons, and going to new places that you didn't think you could go to. So this album is really celebrating that whole phenomenon in your life. And it's coming out this February. It's called Expansion. I hope your viewers and listeners will
Okay.
go to my Spotify or to whatever streaming service you use, and go ahead and start following me, because it'll drop pretty soon. And you can go to my website, brotherspeech.com,
Okay.
and sign my mailing list there, and I'll keep you updated, I promise. And it'll be some great music and great documentaries and stuff like that coming your way, and you won't regret it. So I appreciate everybody supporting.
Man, man. Uh, everyone remembers you from "Take Me to Another Place." Like I know, that's like the iconic. Was it? They said you said it was a prayer. Started as a prayer. Who you pray? You praying to God?
Yeah, definitely, to God. Well, that song is a bittersweet song
Okay.
because I I used to spend my summers in Tennessee, in a rural town called Glimp, Tennessee. It's near Memphis. And my grandmother lived there. My grandmother passed away of a heart attack. My whole family went down to visit her, and, to be there for her funeral and just to celebrate her, I should say. And we left there with a sense of renewal as a family and a sense of purpose. But my brother, my older brother, my only blood brother, he died the same week of an asthma attack. And the last place I saw my grandmother and my brother was in Tennessee. So I wrote that song, like, take me to another place, take me to another land, make me forget all that hurts me, help me understand your plan. Because I felt like my world was just crashing around me. And if you could imagine losing two very important family members in the same week from different causes, it just feels like everything is temporary, everything is fragile. You know what I mean? So that's what that song is about.
That is amazing that you were able to relay that to viewers at such a young age. You were appealing to like 40-year-olds at that time.
Yeah,
How did that make, like, like, I know you probably felt like, what am I doing? Like, is this the route
yeah.
I take?
It was scary for me because I'm like, at that time I was 21. And
Okay.
as most 21-year-olds, when you rock hip hop music and you put a song out, you expect young people to feel it. And at first, only people that was feeling Tennessee and the songs was like people that was over 40. And I was like, oh, we're done. Like, we're done. Because, it's like, this is hip hop. But I was wrong. And I was so grateful for all the people that felt the music. I think they just felt the spirituality in the songs and the musicality and even the maturity of the song. So I think people dug it for real good reasons, and the young people started loving it too. And we had an incredible run for that first album. 4 million albums sold, 2 MTV awards, 2 Grammy awards,
Right.
NAACP awards, Soul Train awards. I mean, we had a fantastic ride.
Sometimes you got to remind them, the ride you had because, like, we all suffer depression. I'm sure I've
Yeah,
heard that, from your first solo record, you contemplated suicide in regards to
yeah.
that. How did you overcome that? Because as I was saying, that's inspiring to those who are trying to move forward in this game. So,
Yeah, it was, I think the first thing is to acknowledge that you're feeling this way. Because so many of us, we've been trained, especially as men, to not acknowledge the deep depressions or feelings of depression that we're feeling and just to keep pushing. And I think what helped save me from actually going that route of suicide, which many of my friends have gone that route, was acknowledging that I felt that way and that I needed some help. Now I didn't have the wherewithal nor the money to go to counseling at the time, but I did open myself to people that would help me spiritually, pray with me, sit with me, talk with me, so that I could sort of untangle some of the knots that depression can make in your spirit and in yourself. So that was good. And so good friends, good people around you really helped me to persevere.
look at you moving. You're still moving. You're still going.
Yeah.
What keeps you going? Is it your family?
Now, I think God at the end of the day, because God places in us certain drives, and for me, I have this unquenchable thirst to continue to improve, to continue to make an impact
Mm-hmm.
with the short life that I have. And all of us have a short life if you think of it relatively. And so we all are supposed to, I believe at least, that we're all supposed to make some type of individual impact on this world, that we were put here for a purpose. And so for me, at the end of the day, I'm very convicted that I'm supposed to, with every day that I live, there's something I'm supposed to be giving. There's something that I'm supposed to be accomplishing for the sake of course, me, my family, and my loved ones, but also for the world at large, that I'm supposed to be doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just something that I don't know. That was an inner thing that was inside of me.
Wow. Wow. I feel like you got it all together, man. I really do.
I definitely don't. I definitely don't. But I definitely, I do want to strive to be the best that I could be. And I miss that mark all the time. I mean, just being real. But this the strive part is still there. You know what I mean?
Exactly. All right. I'm not going to talk your head. I got one final question, and I'm going to let you go. Okay. Now,
Cool.
with this question, it makes me get to know who you are a little bit more, but just by depending on your response. Okay. So, before
Okay.
you leave this earth, what is the legacy you want left behind?
That's great. Before leaving this earth, I would love to leave a spirit of um, overcoming with everything that I touch. So whether it be the music that I release, do Arrested Development, or do my solo stuff, whether it be the documentaries I've released, like 16 Bars that I was just talking about. I did another documentary called The Nigga Factory, and it's on YouTube. And everything that I put out, I want to address some problems that we are seeing, or that at least I'm seeing, but I also want to address how to overcome. And so if, hopefully if I get it my way, I love for my legacy to be, this dude came here with a mission to show whoever would listen, including himself, how to overcome.
Wow. Amazing response. Amazing response. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you. Any other questions before I let you go? I don't want to hold you up, man. I know you're busy.
It's all good. I wanted to shout out my dude, Kafiga. I want to shout out the rest of development. I want to shout out Mark X, Chris Acosta, my crew, Vagabond Productions, my queen, Yolanda, and Yogi Juice Bar, which is her juice bar. And so that's it. I just wanted to shout out my peoples, and thank you for having me on your show tonight. It was fun. You did great. You had great questions, great research, super professional, just on top of it.
Oh, yes. Talk to me. Speaking live to me. Thank you. I love you.
No doubt.
Thank you.
No doubt. Thank you.
Thank you. You see, you guys, that was speech from Arrested Development. He out here making hits, and I'm going to promote it. Shout out to him. I'm proud of him. He's still going. No matter what he went through, he's still strong, man. He moving. I'm proud of him, But again, I didn't even get a chance to promote the actual website. But since you're here, okay? Deevah.com. If you want to interview, go to the website. How you can get we have the YouTube channel. Once you get an interview with me, you'll be going right to the YouTube channel, okay? But again, I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time on the Kira Deevah Show.